entrepreneurs, for speakers, of providers of service. And my invitation again is that you could join our community, peersondemand.com, and be able to participate with other leaders, engage in conversations. Most of it is North America, but certainly it's going to expand. And we have upcoming events. Tomorrow we have it for strategic consultants, and on Friday, distribution executives, logistics. Those are mostly end users. So, but you could show up either as a provider of service or client of services or both. And my invitation is that you might consider co-venturing with us. You can go to coventures.world and be able to participate. You can look at some of the peers that are co-venturing with us and have an opportunity to be able to freely join in. We want to promote you in different ways and actually do business globally with you. So with your benefit. So let's start off. Gail, you were here first. If you could say a little bit more. You're also involved in procurement. You're involved in government contracts and services. So I wonder if you could say more, Gail Samuels, about what are the big ideas in your industry and your business? How do we work with you, Gail?
In two ways. I've been in the process for about a year now, building out a technology platform that brings together three groups. The platform in itself serves two different providers. It's government contractors. It brings together government contractors with service providers. It's the people who provide the services to the government contractor. And then because I have roughly 800,000 plus government contractors within, I have access to them. I also want to be able to utilize the platform to get the government to give a contract in order for them to be able to tap into the government contractors that's within the platform, because we've been working on them to get them certified. So a lot of the people within there are certified as in socioeconomic, small businesses, women-owned business, veteran-owned, and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so being able to partner with, say, a tech company that has the ability to help to build out that platform, that all the people that I have can come into that platform within the parameters that that has already been created on paper. So there's like different people that I can partner with in order to be able to bring together that complete solution. So the technology, mentors or coaches, trainers, where different people are able to come into that one system to create a full service solution, is what they call it in the government space or in any space, a full service solution to both the government contractors, the service providers that are in there, and the government buyers in themselves. Does that make sense?
Well, I understood a lot of it, but what caught my attention is 800,000 contractors. That's a lot. So from what I understand, you have access to those contractors and you want to be able to stimulate growth and be able to provide some sort of training. Would that be accurate?
Yes, to provide services as well as training and mentoring to those. I have access to more than 800,000, but I just capped it off at that because one database gives me, I think it's a little under 900,000 on the federal government contractor side. On the state and local, it's more, but I have access to all of their client data, who they are, where they are, email addresses, addresses. So I'm able to market to them. I just want my goal is to be able to utilize the technology that I have created on paper, and in some sense also started a prototype to be able to bridge the gap between the three different markets: the service providers, the government contractors, and then give the government access to that platform. So I've been
Gail,
working on that for a while, and mhm.
Well, we've
Gail,
got some people that can
it's
provide some
interesting.
ideas.
It's
Let's open it up.
interesting. Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead,
interesting.
Marina.
Actually, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's interesting that we are actually working right now. I mean, we have several clients like this. So we are working on what is basically going to be a marketplace. So where you're connecting service providers
Yeah.
with organizations, right? So we actually completed several projects like this in the last few years. And it's funny that you brought up this on this call. This is the first thing, that, I mean, it's just amazing because we're currently working with somebody. Unfortunately, we're under NDA, so I have to be careful how I'm talking to you about this, but I would love to talk to you offline because that's exactly what we're working on right now. And everybody is probably familiar with marketplaces like Fiverr and Upwork, right? So all of
Yes.
those things, right? So it's
Yeah.
the same principle. However,
Yeah.
it's tailored, it's customized for particular markets, specifically government contractors.
Yeah. Yes.
Literally this morning, about an hour and a half ago, we were looking at that because we already started. We did the discovery for a particular project. Again, I cannot disclose it. And we already completed discovery with all the documentation. So the system architecture, integrations, and all of this is already in place and on paper. But it's just so interesting. First of all, I think it's going to be more than just one direction we can go with this with you, but I need to discuss it on another call, and I have to look at our NDA to see what I'm able to disclose. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually interested in talking with you both as well, because although I have a company, one of the problems I'm trying to solve is the lack of women and women-owned businesses in the AI, cybersecurity, and deep tech areas. So I'm looking to create a marketplace that includes access to technology, vendors, education, mentors, investors. So I have it all down on paper. I'm just trying to figure out how to move forward with it. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to talk to both of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And I have the prototype as well. So, I mean, I can show how it works.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're welcome to put whatever information you like on the chat box and connect with each other. And Valerie, we also do have access to AI technologists. I'd be happy to engage in conversations. Anybody else have a comment, thought, feedback for Gail? Anybody? So let's hear
Well,
from.
my feedback would be 800,000 is way too much to be speaking. That means you're trying to boil the ocean and you need to niche down somehow if you're going to create a marketplace. Of course, I'm experienced enough to know that everyone has access to that same database. And so that doesn't sound like it's a proprietary advantage to you. It sounds like you're just another contract to get at that database.
No. No. The database that I'm talking about is so how it works in government contracting is on a federal level. All government contractors have to get registered in a specific database. So that's how you get their contact information. So no, what I said was I have access to over 800,000 government contractors that we're able to market the platform to, right? Because and depending on my reach is for the newer government contractors that have registered in the system and the medium-sized companies, because they don't have necessarily the funding to be able to have a full on service government marketing department. And so that's where the platform that that I'm creating, that's the bridge that it has. The people that they need in order to be successful in the space would be within the platform that I have. And the platform that I can connect to get their information, that's for informational purposes. And then they have access to government contracts over there. So the services that I'm talking about is the services that they actually need. So we won't be marketing to all of them. I said we have access to over 800,000 potential clients.
Yeah,
So
I
we'd
understood
have
all
to
that,
go
Gail.
through
Gail,
yeah.
Gail, I understood all that, and I don't think you're hearing me. What I'm saying is you need to articulate a niche that you're serving because the government contractor market space is way too large for any given startup to go after.
That sounds more like a strategic thing, Bob, that Valerie and Marina and Gail can engage in.
Yeah,
But I'll leave it up to you to go
feedback in terms of your positioning statement. Yeah.
to narrow it down. Makes sense. Let's hear
No,
from
no, no.
George.
I understand that. No, I understand that. I understand what you're saying. It is what we already do and how we're looking to be able to grow. Then it's the next step. But I understand what you're saying. And
Good.
we
Thanks for
are
that.
niching it.
Let's hear from George Torek. George comes from a coaching. He's also a senior lead and a technology expert. George, I wonder if you could say a little bit more about what are the big ideas in your industry, your business? How do we work with you, George Torek?
The challenge is to take one-on-one coaching and scale it. I believe there might be an answer in the direction of AI. I just don't know what that looks like at this time. That's what I mean. I'm playing with AI tools for different tasks in my business, but I think it offers the incredible opportunity to scale one-on-one.
Well, that is an opportunity. I put on the chat box Rocky.ai, which is a step towards that. We use it to be able to do that with AI tools without a person. I think it's to complement an individual or person. But let me open it up to see if anybody has a question, comment, thought, feedback for George. Anybody?
Yeah, it's an interesting space, George. I mean, I think that the LLMs are certainly enabling a lot of self-training and probably coaching. We had a guest here on this call, I don't know, last month, who was the author of the Little Red Sales book. I'm trying to remember his name now. And
Jeffrey Gidmer.
Jeffrey Gidmer,
Jeffrey Gidmer, you know, and he's built an LLM of just sales advice, which would probably be the same kind of thing, you know, niche down to just the horizontal sales thing. And so I expect a lot to happen in this tutorial and coaching space, as well as the marketing space from LLMs. I just held a webinar on you know, the top 15 AI tools. I've tried about 100 now, and 80% of them don't do what they claim they're supposed to do. You know, although maybe they'll get there eventually. But of course, it's a very powerful thing, and you've got to leverage it, or your competitors will be leveraging it against you. But there's no intelligence in artificial intelligence yet. Intelligence is defined as creativity, or Einstein would say imagination. And by definition, an LLM is just a database of sentences people said before. And so there's nothing new in there. It appears new to us because we don't have that vast, you know, database in our own minds, any of us, but in fact, it's not intelligence. And I think all the people that do AI understand that, but it's obviously moving fast.
Yeah, it's an interesting journey on that, George. Thanks for that. We have Valerie. Valerie could say more. She's involved with, she's in Southeast Florida, involved with a lot of things that you mentioned. Fundraising is one of those that I jotted down, but maybe you could expand a little bit more about what are the big ideas in your industry or business? How do we work with you? Because you're also interested in AI. Valerie?
Yeah, well, I speak a lot on cybersecurity, AI, quantum. That's really my background. I mean, I'm a nerd by degree. So I have electrical, computer, and cybersecurity engineering degrees, as well as a MBA that I got during my serial entrepreneurship days, which seem to still be running through me. So I look a lot with companies at from the AI and cybersecurity, especially right now, cybersecurity, AI, ethics, governance, GRC. So I look at those aspects in fundraising. I help companies get their pitch decks in order, get their business plans, which you really don't need anymore, in order. And then I've developed a 28-point performance dashboard that helps determine where the companies are in their life cycle to see how ready they are to pitch to investors. So I look at doing that. I'm in the process of trying to AI it, if you will, get it into a format where it can actually be able to have companies be looked at against their peers. So we can see how they're doing against another company in healthcare that's doing medical devices in the orthopedic area. So trying to build that form of a model. The other area is, as I said, trying to get women who own or want to own technology businesses, specifically in cyber and deep tech, everything they need to go from, if you will, zero to hero. Since I've, captured that from someone else, I can't remember, but it wasn't my idea. And that is really a big focal area I have right now with the new project that I'm doing.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there, and certainly invite you to join some of our sessions upcoming. The investor funding is on September 19th, and you can certainly join us for that. And also, we do have access to technologists that are focused to drive not just an AI, but let me open it up to see if anybody has a question, comment, thought, feedback for Valerie. Anybody?
Valerie, we are going to connect. I got your information. You want to connect on LinkedIn, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, because we do have quite a few clients. Like I said, we work with quite a few startups. And by startup, I don't mean somebody who has a budget of $500. Some of them do, but I'm talking about the startups that are looking for funding, startups who are looking for just presentations to go to, investors, and we have a lot of this. We refer clients to some of our partners. In 20 years, we formed for a few partnerships, but it looks like you're doing a lot more things than, we just need to talk.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we have, I think, at least a couple of people who may need organizations who may need your services right now.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'd love to, looking forward to our
Yeah.
conversation.
Good. Yeah, I'll certainly encourage that. I'd also like to talk to you as well, Valerie, and introduce you to some of our team members that are
Okay.
focused on the AI space. Bob Norton. Bob started 6 businesses, sold all of them, I believe. He currently has 2 businesses involved well, one of those is AI expertise, but also CEO Bootcamp also has training for small, medium, and large size companies. So, Bob, I wondered if you could say more about who you are, what you do, and what are the big ideas in your industry, your business? How do we work with you, Bob?
Yeah, well, our goal is to enable a lot more companies to reach rapid growth and 100% compound annual growth rates by bumping their valuation and their strategic plan and other things. We do that by installing the Airtight Management Leadership Operating System, which is 18 times more scope and comprehensiveness than EOS. I've been working on it for about 12 years now. We've installed it at 200 companies and are just starting to scale the organization so that we can support 75 clients at a time now. And doing that, the magic there is that we're injecting structure and discipline that Jim Collins, author of Good to Great, says takes the average company 8 to 10 years to figure out on their own. And we drop in six pre-built modular systems that collectively create a high performance culture and all the discipline and cadence that management teams need. I've curated thousands of best practices and principles and created about 30% of this as proprietary content and models over the last 20 years, or really I could argue the whole 30 years I've been a CEO, or more than 30 since 1989. And so we go in and we work with a company for a year and we install those 6 systems that set them up for more rapid growth. And we invest in them by injecting our IP and by doing a highly discounted retainer, but we get a small piece of equity. So like a venture capitalist, our exit and our gain is mainly on the liquidity event 5 years down the line, and we'll build a portfolio of companies that we have a small slice of ownership with. Most people don't realize that only 1 in 6,300 companies will ever reach 100 million in sales, which I did twice in a row with a couple of my own startups, and only 1 in 400 will reach even 10 million in sales. And most of that is because of the inability to shift gears in style and management, and not having a development platform, learning and development program, the big companies call it, to grow your managers internally, because the managers are the number one limiter on the growth of many companies. Everyone always thinks it's sales, but sales is a symptom. It's not a root cause, and good managers will fix any problem in a business. So we want to enable, maybe 1,000 companies in the next 5 years to reach 50 to 100% growth and 100 million with 9-figure exits.
Thanks for that, Bob. Can you say more about your guarantee? Because when you bring in the clients, I think I heard you say there's a 1-year commitment, but you also do have a guarantee. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, we guarantee to add $10 million to a company's valuation with this 1-year program, and to provide a 50x ROI on the investment with us. Most CEOs will jump on a 3 or 4x ROI, so it's crazy high. And the reason we can do that is we work on all of the multiplicative factors that value a company, not just top line sales, but growth rate, which determines the PEG, and price to earnings ratio, the valuation that will get you from an 8 EBITDA to a 20 or 30 EBITDA, because you've got lots of barriers to entry around the business and recurring revenue. So we work on all those 3 factors. If you were to double each of those, you would have 8x'd the valuation of the business, which of course means less dilution for the founders, cheaper capital. And that starts a self-fulfilling prophecy of a spiral up, because if you have a big upside, you can attract and keep the better people, because they're looking at, $10 million in stock option upside. So that sets you up for sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy of success if you know what you're doing.
Well, yeah.
And the guarantee part, I'm sorry, I didn't answer. Excuse me. The guarantee part is, unless we hit those metrics, we don't vest the equity.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, that's exciting, especially because we have some of our peers here that are working with not just mid-sized, but larger companies. Let me open it up to see if anybody has a question, comment, thought, feedback for Bob. Anybody? certainly encourage you to connect with each other. I think, Bob, you put your information on the chat box, and I encourage discussions, especially for the training that you offer. Let's hear from Marina.
So
Marina's involved.
before you move on,
Go ahead, Valerie.
Bob, I'm interested in not only the training in the program, but in the factors that you look at, because I'm be curious to see, based on what I'm using as factors in my dashboard, how they relate to what you're using. So if you don't mind, I'd like to connect with
Sure, happy
you
to have
and
a
have a
call.
conversation with
Yeah, I'll
that.
put my calendar link in the chat, and you can set up a call. One of our 6 systems is dashboards, and we're really big on the best practices that we've curated from 75 years of management science and about 1,000 books. And a company cannot grow rapidly unless it has total accountability and ownership, which requires KPIs and running processes and departments by the numbers. So our system 3 is dashboards, and I find that almost no company can design its own KPIs. It's too close to it, and it often lets the accountants do that, and accountants only see dollars.
Mm.
And you actually need 4 different kinds of numbers to have a balance so that people don't game the system in dashboards. You've got to look at productivity, you've got to look at quality, you've got to look at a lot of other things. So there's an art to designing dashboards, as I'm sure you know, and it's better done by an outside consultant than by anyone internally, and certainly not the software people that install your dashboard software, because they're just going to, measure every grain of sand on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's part of the methodology that I've developed with companies as well, to get them from where they are today to where they want to be in the future. So that includes KPIs.
Yeah, at about our feeling is, of course, it varies by industry, but at about 15 to 20 people and more than 5 people in a given department, that department needs its own dashboard to create total transparency and accountability and replicability. As Peter Drucker
Yep.
says, the father of management, you can't, improve what you don't measure, which is literally true, right? How would you know you improved it, right? So
Yep.
you've got to have KPIs for every significant process in a business.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I break it down into department levels. So we have
Yeah, we do a corporate and one for every department.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, would love to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Bob. Valerie, let's hear from Marina. Marina's key words that stuck in my mind: they deliver making
Yeah.
money. Maybe you could say it better than I can, Marina. What are the big ideas in your industry, which is web design with small, medium-sized businesses, development? Big ideas in your industry, your business. How do we work with you, Marina?
How you work with us? First of all, there is no too small or too large of a project to us. We have a team of 27 people. And it's not just about the size of the team, but the specialists that we work with, or work with us, I should say. The main thing, and by the way, I may lose power. We just moved to Florida, and welcome to Florida. It's the 3rd time in 10 days that we lost power, right? That's why I actually put that message in chat. If I lose power, because they're working on it, but I've been working pretty much on the battery for 4 hours or 5 hours. So what we do, we build your business online. We then take it and we maximize revenue from your website, your web application, whatever that is. On our website, we can say, we actually, weblovedesigns.com, we list our areas of expertise as just 4 areas of expertise. It's very limited, but we don't want to be jack of all trades. We want to specialize, and we do in what we do really well. So we do web design and development. We do e-commerce. We specialize in e-commerce. We do web application development. We can do mobile, but this is not our specialty, and we do digital marketing. So basically, with proper analytics and strategic optimization tactics. What we can do, we're turning your website or your web application that we build or somebody else built for you into a platform that gives you results, and results are sales, subscriptions, whatever it is. We're big on conversion rate optimization. We not only build something that looks decent or looks nice, we're not going to win design awards. That's not the goal. The goal is to bring you more business online, and that's what we do really well. So we have all kinds of case studies. We're so busy, we don't even have time to put all the case studies online, but they're available. Some of our let's say top clients are Samsung, Target. Target doesn't know we worked for them because we do a lot of white label work. Like recently we launched a website for number one brand in the world. It's a Japanese company, number one in green tea. You can see their products in Costco, Walmart, etc. It's Itoan. You probably know their products. You probably buy them. So we're very big in the CPG or consumer packaged good communities, again, because we work with online retailers. One of our clients, recent acquisitions, I should say, is Ashley Furniture, and actually some of their independent retailers. So we're revamping their websites that are typically built in Shopify. So this is one of our specialties. But again, the goal is not to make it pretty or make it look different. The goal is to maximize conversions. Whatever we do, one-page website, or it's going to be something that is going to be as huge as some of our web applications or e-commerce that we build. That's what we do. It doesn't matter who we work with. Also, obviously, as long as they have the budget for the scope. And also, we work a lot under white label. In white label scenario, I should say. So we work with larger agencies that use ours for either all the services that we provide, whether it's business analysis, system architecture, design, digital marketing. We do organic SEO. We do paid ads. We have, just the list of things that we include in our digital marketing is pretty long. So we can talk if somebody is interested.
Well, let's open it up, Marina. Let's open it up, Marina, to see if anybody has a question, comment, thought, feedback for Marina. Anybody?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to talk, Marina. We don't have any competitors globally that are doing what we're doing. And so we don't, we want to build a network of lots of people that help in all the various ways as consultants and fractionals and coaches and that sort of thing, because, we're sort of the general contractor of the skyscraper, and, we're not going to do any drywall or roll up our sleeves and do any of the tactical or even developing the marketing plans. We're providing the structure and the cadence and the discipline for leadership to have perfect communications and goal setting and strategy, and then good operational expertise and cadence.
Okay.
Good.
I'm here.
Marina's
So
got
Bob,
27 people. So thanks for that, Bob and Marina.
Kevin, nice to meet y'all.
nice to meet you.
Kevin Rubin, president and co-founder of Stratosphere Networks. We're a consultant, technology and security consultancy based out of Chicago. That we help businesses do communication, IT, and security, picking the right solutions and services. We do have a footprint of engineering as well, but typically these days it's more solution matchmaking, as we're more insurance. In essence, we're insurance brokers to technology and security community.
Kevin, can you please put your contact information here, because we have quite a few clients who may maybe send in your way.
Yeah, and we have like referral programs and channel programs and stuff like that. But
even better.
Yeah, so we've been in business for 21 years, based out of Evanston, Illinois, by Northwestern. We help clients with 5 users to thousands of users, and we're open-minded to partner too.
Oh, good,
Kevin,
good.
can you put it in chat so I have it? Because if I lose power, then I'm gone.
I'll send you I'll send you an email as well.
Sounds good. And actually, I just left Chicago and we came to Florida because we were so freezing in Chicago for the, winter months. So we said, enough. I love Chicago though.
Yeah.
We were in Elmhurst.
My partner, he moved to Sarasota about like a year and a half, 2 years ago
See what
from
we're
Walnut.
doing? People from Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got a few
I won't
minutes
miss it
left.
anyway. I'll miss it.
Let's open it up to see if anybody has a question, comment, thought for Kevin. Anybody? Because Kevin, we are working with cybersecurity. I'd love to be able to see if perhaps there might be some way we can connect, because we could do the training, but the implementation is another aspect, as you know. So that would be something we'd like to investigate and pursue. So I want to be respectful of time, and so my invitation is that you might consider joining us again in a month. We do this on a monthly basis for entrepreneurs, for speakers, of providers of service. And my invitation again is that you could join our community, peersondemand.com, and be able to participate with other leaders, engage in conversations. Most of it is North America, but certainly it's going to expand. And we have upcoming events. Tomorrow we have it for strategic consultants, and on Friday, distribution executives, logistics. Those are mostly end users. So, but you could show up either as a provider of service or client of services or both. And my invitation is that you might consider co-venturing with us. You can go to coventures.world and be able to participate. You can look at some of the peers that are co-venturing with us and have an opportunity to be able to freely join in. We want to promote you in different ways and actually do business globally with you.